I'm in Williston Park, New York to surprise Jenna and Miguel, first-time homeowners who embody the American dream.
We live in this house with our son Alec, who is turning 2, and our daughter Isabel, who's just 6 weeks old.
Hi, baby. It is your birthday. It is like 12:30 in the morning, and Daddy and I are at the hospital, and you are right here.
This is the first home that we owned. You know, needs a little bit of work, and that was something that Miguel wanted, something that we could have a little bit of a project with.
I've been doing carpentry work for as long as I can remember. I think probably was like 10 when I started going with my brother and my cousins. You know, they have a wooden shop back in Central America where I grew up. I was born in El Salvador. At that time, you know, when I grew up, it was really tough time, you know. So I lived, you know, very, very humble childhood, you know, that I always has to, I'm sorry, I can't do this story. It's just too hard for me.
Do you want me to do it?
If you don't mind, yeah.
No, it's fine. Can I have a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Miguel grew up in El Salvador, and at the age of 2, his father passed away. There was 4 siblings, and his mom took care of all of them. And then no soon after that, El Salvador entered a civil war. It was stay and run the risk of having to join the war or be a victim of it or leave. Thankfully, he had the opportunity to come to the United States. He worked himself up the ladder, put himself through carpentry school.
And English school.
And English, you're right. He didn't know any English. Sent money home to help his mom, who was still in the thick of the war, and then went on from carpentry school to start taking jobs on his own, starting to build a business.
Miguel has endured more than most people do in a lifetime. Despite countless obstacles, he has persevered and become a proud American citizen.
When you grow up in a place, you know, there is no dream because you don't know what next day is gonna be. But you know, now that I see my kid, you know, I see that that's my American dream, you know, to have a, you know, provide a home for them and to live their life, you know, the way I never did.
For us, it's really exciting to own a home, especially coming from a really small apartment that we were living in. We needed space. What's challenging is everything needs to be renovated and everything needs to be fixed, and Miguel's been working on that, but we have a newborn and we have a little son, and we really wanted to spend time together.
When we got this house, it was like, I'm sorry to say, and it was the ugly house in the black, and it still is in the outside.
Miguel spends all his free time tackling labor-intensive projects, and his home is a true fixer-upper through and through.
Oh, the basement is it's a place you can't even walk around right now. There's so much stuff in there, like it's just like you're walking on booby traps. You know, you got to move things around to, you know, to get all the things out of there.
If Miguel was working nights and weekends on this basement, I'm sure it would take a month.
Year.
A year, really? I know nothing about this stuff.
An active construction site is no place to raise a growing family. I think it's time for Miguel to hand over his tool belt.
To have George to the Rescue come to our house and help us to complete it would be huge. For me, and I think for the kids, to get Miguel back, his time back, and help us continue to make Miguel's dream come true, where our family can thrive. I think they were outside, and I probably closed the door.
Hey, what's up, Jay? How's it going? Surprise!
Oh my God! What are you doing here? Look who's here!
Whoa, what's up, Alex?
What's
And of course,
man?
Miguel.
I couldn't believe he was here. I mean, it was really George at our front door.
I understand that basement. I think you said it's full of booby traps.
It is.
I want to make it booby trap free. All right, I want to make it for a place that Alec can go down, that Isabel can play in.
I feel released already. I feel like a new man now. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna have some time for my family now.
Well, come on in.
All right, I'm in, yeah.
George to the Rescue is sponsored in part by Scotch Blue Painter's Tape. For more information, go to scotchblue.com.
Surprise time.
If you or someone you know is in need of a rescue, visit us at georgetherescue.com to submit your story.
I think I'm gonna cry. One word with 4 syllables. Remarkable.
I am so excited to start this rescue for Miguel and his family, but the only way I can get it done is by bringing in general contractor Jerry Ruperto from JRC Builders. All right, Jerry.
Hey, George, what's going on? How are you?
I am ready to get this project underway, my friend.
Yeah, I'm psyched about this. The Padilla's basement is not finished at all. I mean, it is bare bones. Concrete, some studs here and there, but it's uninhibitable.
So I know this is not your usual demo. We're not ripping anything out, but we are definitely removing a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, we are. Today, what we're starting with is the crawl space. In assessing the basement for the Padillas, I noticed that there was this crawl space area that was not finished. It was just full of dirt. So we thought it would be a great idea to actually dig down several feet, if possible, to give them that extra storage.
If we had to store all of their stuff down here as well, there wouldn't be any room.
There would be no play area for them.
When I heard crawl space, I outfitted my hard hat with light so that I was ready to go. Am I blinding you? I know.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go. I come prepared. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, down dirty. So I am down here in the crawl space, and this is what we're dealing with. You can see you got a little bit of light here, and you got the dirt. And it looks like we lost somebody. There's actually a human underneath that hard hat. I think it was Billy. R.I.P. Billy. In order to finish the crawl space, first and foremost, all of the existing dirt has to come out. And the only way you're getting the dirt out of the crawl space is in buckets. 5-gallon buckets. Got it. Oh, bucket. Yep, here we go. All right, Ralph, so I see that most of the dirt has been dug out. What's next?
Next thing is make sure everything is on point and level, and then just start bringing in the concrete bucket by bucket. Same way it came out is the same way it's going back in, no other way.
So, Ralph, how many wheelbarrows are we going to have to do?
Probably going to have to do, I would say, about 100 or so.
This is literally wheelbarrow 3. 97 to go. When you're dealing with bucket brigade, when you're not bringing in any sort of heavy machinery, when everything literally is brute strength, sweat, blood, you need all hands on deck. Concrete's probably twice the weight of dirt. I think it's 3 to 4 times the weight of dirt. Ugh. All right, look at Jerry.
Oh, wow.
Century Building Materials is here with all of our, building materials. Give a wave, you're on TV, that's Sean right there. As the old goes out, in comes the new. Let's keep this rescue churning. Jerry, I know we're just here to do the basement, but as I'm walking around, we got all that snow, and I'm just seeing it dripping everywhere.
Wow, there's 2 layers of siding here. After walking outside with George, we started noticing there was 2 layers of siding underneath there. This is unbelievable. Look at all these windows that are exposed.
Right.
You know, right now they're just temporary flash, but I mean, I'm assuming water's getting into this house with all the snow here too. You can always add moldings to a house, but usually when we build any house or do any remodel, you want to work from the outside in. So water penetration is the biggest thing. So you want to make sure that the roof's 100% watertight, the siding, the windows. That's the most important thing in any house.
I can only imagine the roof is in bad shape.
Yeah.
I know it's asking a lot, but do you think you can make some calls? Do you have anybody who might want to jump on and help us out?
Absolutely. I mean, I think out of this whole project, this would probably be the biggest, bonus to them. I mean, it's a necessity.
George to the Rescue is sponsored in part by 3M. For more information, go to 3mdiy.com.
As I'm walking around, we got all that snow, and I'm just seeing it dripping everywhere.
I'm assuming water's getting into this house with all the snow here too. So the Padilla house on the outside, we're noticing the siding there is 2 layers and possibility of a wood cedar shake roof below all the asphalt shingles. You can't just put layers on top of layers because what happens is the roof shingle that's put on top ends up deteriorating a lot sooner than it's supposed to. The last thing we want to see is water get into this house and destroy all the beautiful work that Miguel did.
Hey, what's up, Frank?
What's up, George?
Glad to have you and the guys from Preferred Exterior here. When you said you were stripping this place down, I didn't realize you were getting it like fully buck naked.
It's all coming off.
Yeah, dude, the whole roof, all the siding, everything, right?
That's right. All the cedar, all the asphalt shingles are coming off down to the studs.
So the Padillas were aware of us doing their basement for them, but they have no idea that we're doing the siding and the roof for them. Frank Raphael and Sons Custom Cabinetry teamed up with Michael Body from Allied Building Product to hook us up with all the siding material. And GAF hooked us up with all our roofing supplies. I mean, The house is brand new from the outside.
Once we get the roof off, once we get the siding off, where do we go from there?
We put all new plywood down, and then we install a GAF 6-part system.
So that's a 50-year roof. So
that's a 50-year roof.
The Padilla's never gonna have to worry about
That's
getting
it,
a new
the
roof.
last one.
Done. Done. There you are. That's your last roof. So while everything's happening on the outside, we're also tackling the inside. Let's not forget about that. B&F Johnstone Supply provided us with our HVAC system. We got the guys from 5 Star Mechanical here installing it. And then we also got the guys from J&S Electric running all of our wires, putting in all our lights. So a lot's going on both inside and outside. This basement is getting a full gut renovation. Everything is new, including the stairs that R.C. Henderson put in. MJ Interiors got the whole place sheetrocked and authentic moldings and millwork trimmed out the entire basement. Now it's time to bring in our designer, the one and only David Santiago.
I have got a lot in store for this project. We have a basement renovation and a family to take care of. I want form, function, recreation, a casual space where the family can enjoy and relax. Right away, I want to go on to a ceiling treatment.
Yeah, it is not the highest ceiling. Anything we can do to kind of give that optic illusion that the ceiling is actually higher than it is.
Then I think we can use a great saturated color for elevation. So we're going to add color on the ceiling. Then what I want to do is add a little bit of movement, and I'll do some horizontal stripes with some vertical mountains for the kids' area.
David's painting scheme is pretty complicated, and I don't want anything getting lost in the sauce. So I'm using posted extremes to keep everybody organized so that we are all on the same page. All right, clean release, and these things will stand up to whatever the job site throws at it.
This is Tom McCabe, Jen's Painting, my go-to painter.
We've got some Scotch Blue painter's tape. We've got the walls and wood floors right here, so we can use that obviously on the walls for the stripes.
Yes. So we're going to start with horizontal stripes right underneath the window, all the way down to Mountain City.
Mountain City, here we come. You can't go down and not be visually stimulated when you go into the Padilla's basement. Unfortunately, you have nowhere to sit until we get these couches and these chairs down. And that is going to be, I think, pretty difficult.
Okay, hold on 1 second. George, watch your head.
Yep, we're not gonna make it.
We are having an OMG moment.
The Scotch Blue Tape and Plastic Dispenser combines Scotch Blue multi-surface painter's tape for super sharp paint lines and plastic into one product. To learn more or find a retailer near you, go to scotchblue.com.
The Padilla's basement is loaded with brand new windows from Nassau Door and Window, and Gold Star Floors came through with all the labor for our laminate floors provided by Long Island Paneling. David, this paint job is awesome.
I agree with you.
But now we got wallpaper as well.
I've been pulled out of retirement.
Yeah?
The Prince of Wallpaper is rising to the occasion and walking the talk. I'm known as the Prince of Wallpaper because of how I utilize wall coverings, how I bring texture and pattern into a room in an unexpected way. We have a nice water-based adhesive, a very simple procedure for your do-it-yourself at homers. Step 1, measure your walls, and then you make an allowance on the top and the bottom for salvage to be trimmed off.
Right, and we just start rolling it on,
There
right?
we go. Well, you want to start in the middle.
Yep.
Always, and work towards the edges.
And if possible, bring the Prince of Wallpaper with you.
Exactly.
It's always nice to have royalty in the room.
My go-to source was Designer's Resource in Lodi, New Jersey. They provided the wall covering and the wood blinds.
These are beautiful, David. Where'd you get these?
The draperies are courtesy of Fabric Quilters, and the fabric is from Nancy Fire's collection for Studio New York City.
I like this, everything about this.
You could actually even just wear it out.
You could. Well, you would. I mean, this would very much fit you. I could see you on an opera, hair down, wind machine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I like the tassels.
Thank you. We love tassels. We love color, trim, and a beautiful, beautiful pattern like this. We have an immediate area designated for the family. And to the far right, we have a nice, bright, whimsical area for the kids, which I wanted to define into 2 spaces, but with a cohesive theme.
Ugh. I just did some playtime, some tummy time. for little Isabel. She's gonna be fine on that. It's dad approved.
Tremendo. Salsero. Let's go.
You can't go down and not be visually stimulated when you go into the Padilla's basement. It's fun, it's beautiful, it's comfortable. Unfortunately, you have nowhere to sit until we get these couches and these chairs down. And that is going to be, I think, pretty difficult.
Okay, hold on one second. George, watch your head.
Yep, we're not gonna make it.
We are having an OMG moment. We have to bring it back upstairs, remove the legs. Don't throw them out, don't throw them.
Not throwing, dropping them.
Okay.
Dropping them to the clean cameraman. Keep them clean.
Pivot, lift, bend. Oh my gosh, I was sweating. Isn't that adorable?
Adorbs.
We got layers and layers of colors and textile.
What are we doing with this corner right here?
That needs to be accessible, unless you want to go in the corner.
I won't.
Nobody puts George in the corner. So the key to two spaces in one is not to isolate them, not to literally define them, but there's a sense of continuity and context and layering. You want to use your muscles?
I got them.
There you go. Here.
Okay, right there.
There
Done.
we go.
Look at this, huh?
Look at that.
Muy gorgeous.
Muy gorgeous. Muy santi.
House looks absolutely amazing. I have to say thank you to all the subcontractors and the suppliers that helped us out with this. To do this for Miguel, for him to come home now and not have to worry about anything and just enjoy his family, maybe possibly take a vacation with his family. I'm humbled to really be a part of this.
All right, welcome home.
Oh my God, Alec, look at our new house.
You don't even recognize it, do you?
I have no words. This is amazing.
Surprise time.
If you or someone you know is in need of a rescue, visit us at georgetherescue.com to submit your story.
I think I'm gonna cry. One word with 4 syllables. Remarkable.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
You know, since last night, I couldn't sleep last night because I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, anxious.
Alec, we're gonna see your house tomorrow. Who fixed your house?
Uncle George.
Uncle George fixed your house?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
So we started calling George Uncle George so that Alec knew who was in his house and what was being done for him here and who was doing it.
It wasn't just the basement that needed some work. You guys know very well that the whole outside of the house needed a little bit of work too. So we took the liberty of, well, why don't you guys just look up and see.
Thank you. Oh my God, Alec, look at our new house.
When George told us to look up and I saw our house, at first I didn't even think it was our house. I had to look to the neighbor's house and realize that house is ours. And it's done, it's fresh, it's new.
You don't even recognize it, do you? You thought you still were coming home to an orange house.
I have no words. This is amazing. I can't imagine how you would have taken on the outside project on your own. I can't. And the fact that this has been given to us is beyond words.
Your work is top notch, and we hope that we match that, if not exceeded that, but we just wanted to give you some time with your kids and with your wife and enjoying your home, not working on it all the time. The real reason we came, Jen wrote in and said, you know what, this basement, it needs some love. You want to go check it out?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Alec, are you ready?
There's real stairs.
Basement.
Safe stairs.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Oh my God. Oh
That's what you're gonna play now. Okay.
The first thing that I noticed when we walked into the basement was the stairs. Now they're safe. Alec loves to go up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. Oh my God, Alec, you can come down here.
Yeah.
He's like, where am I?
I feel so relieved right away when I saw all the work that was, that was done in the basement. I didn't know that was like our basement. And I still, I don't feel that's our basement.
Laundry room! Oh my gosh, there's space to do laundry now. And we don't have to worry about the kids. This is amazing. The flow of it, the colors, it's such a great space for us to spend some time over in one space, but an area for the kids to be stimulated and to play and to have their own little nook.
It's
You
okay, I
like
like
it?
it comfortable.
This is your space now, buddy.
It's a lot of color, right? A lot of vibrant,
Yes.
alive, and inviting.
Yeah, I love the color.
So we had obviously the dark, scary pit of despair back here,
The crawl
right?
space.
Fully dry,
Usable.
secure, usable.
Yeah.
Even put a light on.
Look at that, Jen. All your storage over
The
there.
storage thing. This rescue has saved us so much time that we can now spend together.
There's a lot of things, you know, that I want to say, but it's, you know, right now, like, very emotional.
Can't even express how proud I am of him. And how happy I am that my children will be raised by a man like this.
This is Jerry and David. They are the masters behind everything from the exterior to the basement and everything in between.
Jerry, nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
I ask him, you know, you gonna tell Alec the story of your life? And he goes, oh, you know, I don't know that he needs to know it, but I think he does. And I think a lot of people need to know that.
The best thing that I can say is, you know, thank you for all the hard work. Keep following your dreams. Stay focused. One day they'll come true.